What are the best blast dual blades in Monster Hunter Rise? The answer may actually surprise you. Yo, what is up? It is yeah boy. I'm just kidding. I'm doing a blast video, blast dual blades dual video, build and stuff, build comparisons, blah blah blah. YouTube intro. Um, Actually, you should go follow my Twitch, especially if you like this video. Follow my Twitch. If you dislike it, go to my Twitch, make fun of my build. Either way, let's get right into it. First build we're gonna cover. It was actually really tricky making these builds because well, I'll get into it. This first one, it is Magnum Hollow, the Magnum Hollow dual blades, and you can see we're using protective polish. You can do Master's Touch for this build, but it really depends on your talisman. Depending on the talisman you have, you might not be able to do 3 Master's Touch or a 3 Protective Polish. But if you have a better talisman, you can probably do 3 Master's Touch. You might even be able to get away with 2. How much sharpness does this have? Excuse me. You should probably go with 3. Um, so we were able to fit in all the thingamajigs for Blast, all the thingies for Affinity. We have protective polish slotted here. We have 2 on the talisman. Plus the 2 slot for extra weakness exploit. 2-piece Teostra for that extra blast buildup. You want to have that. This is your best in slot helmet, and this is your best in slot chest piece for blast. The boots are basically just for the crit eye, so you can get to 7. So you have 90% affinity on weak points. And this is the build I'm going to show you first. And before we get into anything else, oh wait, we should probably charge up the thingamajigs. You know, when I was testing blast on SNS, I don't know why it does more damage. Well, I was getting like 120 and 144 procs. I forget. I think it has some. I don't know. I don't know how Blast works. I just make the builds. You know, I just make the builds. I don't understand how everything works. I'm trying to figure out how everything works. You should see the spreadsheets I have saved up with like all the numbers and the combos and stuff. It's so many numbers, so many data. But this is number 3 for a reason. We're counting down backwards. Show you exactly how much damage these combos are doing before we move on to the next build. I averaged out all of these. Some very interesting results. But this is number 3 on our list for a reason. Let's go to the next build here. Next build we are covering is what is this? Yeah, Teostra. Teostra. Ice and Fire, or I think it's called Blast and Fight. Ice. Blast and Fice? Blast and Ice. Now you can see him sleep prep. What is it called, actually? It is called Twin Nails. That's not what it was called in World. Okay, so this build, it's actually almost identical to the Magnum Hollow build. And the bonus is it actually has 10 more affinity, but has 30 less attack. And it's funny how Capcom balances everything out, because even though this has 30 less attack on it, the Magnum Hollow and the Teostra averaged out to about the same, which is like really weird. And it's probably credit to the ice that is on this weapon. Unfortunately, you can't really put additional ice on this. You have really limited slots. You have just enough for the speed sharpen. And 1 flinch free. As you can see, it's very consistent with the damage here on this with this specific combo. It's very specific, and that's because you are getting 100% crit exactly on weak points. So that is the benefit. Oops, we hit green there. That's not good. That is the benefit of these dual blades. But like I said, it is literally the exact same build as the Teostra. To the T. To the T. And we have a one slot here, so I mean, you can throw in one ice, or you might be better off with flinch free if you're doing multiplayer. Exactly the same build as the Teostra. Okay, now this was the best blast dual blades here. This next build by a mile. And the interesting thing about these dual blades is they are the only rarity 7 dual blades currently. That is the only reason why they are the best blast dual blades. They're not going to get any stronger like Teostra and Magnum Hollow. So it is likely that Teostra or Magnum Hollow might actually outperform these come next update. Especially if they can get white sharpness. And not to mention it was this doesn't have an extra slot. So let's look at this build. This build was really hard for me to figure out, and I had to make some sacrifices, which sucks. But oh wait, that's not right. Oops, don't look at that. I'll edit this out. Oh no, a mistake. I did test both versions just to see exactly what the difference was, and as I expected, given the choice between crit and blast, go crit. Because it averaged out to the more you crit, obviously, the more damage you do. Even if the extra blast, even though it's doubles up the blast buildup, it doesn't make up for the lack of damage you lose from not critting 30% more, 20% more on weak points. So this actually has 80% crit on weak points because the Bagel Dual Blades, Basilgeist, they have negative 10 base affinity. They have the highest attack of any of the dual blades, and they can get one sliver of white sharpness with one handicraft. So that's pretty huge, honestly. These were my favorite dual blades in Monster World, and it's nice to see that they're pretty viable here in Rise. But you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Sadly, you can't fit 3 blast. Again, if you have a better talisman, you can probably do it. I wasn't even able to fit 3 protected polish. The weapon itself only has a 1 slot on it, so you're limited there. It was a really tough choice to drop that blast, but it was the only way to get 3 weakness exploit, and you need that handicraft for the white sharpness. But when doing the averages, because of the white sharpness, you do significantly more damage. Well, significantly is probably an overstatement. A decent amount more damage on average. That wasn't good. Oh well, you can't see there because the combo melted together. I need sleep, okay? It's been a long weekend. Don't judge me. But is able to do more damage on average. I was able to get like higher crits for the most part. But I can tell you that keeping up this white sharpness might be a little tricky. It really might. So this was a fun build to experiment and theorize and theorycraft, I should say. Yeah, I'm doing crappy damage. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting my crits. Where are my crits at? Okay, I don't know why it's only hitting for 13. Must be the ankle. I'm blaming my lack of skill. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. So when it does crit, and all of it crits because of that white sharpness, it hits hard, but you're only at 80% on weak points. So if you're lucky to get everything to crit on a weak point, you will do more damage than the Magnum Hollow and the Teostra. You're really reliant on those crits and maintaining that white sharpness. Your blast isn't proccing as much either because of only 2 blast 2 blast attack versus 3. As I talked about in a previous video, the difference between 2 and 3 blast is 100%. So you want 3 blasts for the build-up, but But like you always want crit more, crit over blast, you know. But this build works if everything like happens to crit. So if you're able to get some crit bonuses from like endemic life and stuff like that, this build will work. If you're able to keep up your affinity or you're able to keep up your sharpness, this build will do the best. But come next update, Magnamalo and Hyostra should be a lot easier to work with than this. This was just a build I wanted to see if it was possible. It's maybe with better armor or better talismans, better armor in the next update and better talismans, it will be a lot more manageable. But this is technically the best Blast Dual Blades right now, but like, good luck trying to make it work. Either way, I just wanted to show you guys what I figured out in these interesting builds. You should probably just use those Kitty Claw Dual Blades. I haven't made them yet because I don't have the tickets or whatever. But I'm gonna try to figure out those at some point. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like these mediocre builds. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see these builds in actions. Until next time, see you guys tomorrow. Good night.